basketball in the hunt of that championship is officially back. Now, to celebrate the return of our favorite sport, I've been dropping top 5 videos for all things NBA, and last time we talked about my top 5 NBA Finals series ever. This time, it's all about my top 5 NBA teams. Now look, to make it fair, because there is a lot to choose from, I only selected teams that I was able to enjoy and observe, which means the 1993 Bulls, the 1984 Lakers, you won't see them on this list. But there are still some pretty good ones, so let's get into it. These are my top 5 NBA teams ever. Kicking off my list at number 5, it's the 2013-2014 San Antonio Spurs. Listen, that historic Ray Allen shot from the corner in Game 6 at the AAA probably still haunts this team and Greg Popovich to this day. But it was those exact feelings that helped cultivate one of the best revenge stories and teams ever. The 62-20 Spurs were a beautiful team, and as somebody who is a big fan of Spurs basketball and Greg Popovich, it was a sight to see. Tony Parker and Tim Duncan were the team's leading scorers, and Ginobili was solid coming off the bench. This was also the years where a young Kawhi Leonard emerged as a new heir to the throne. But the real beauty of this team was the balance. No one ever topped 30 minutes a game, and it was an impressive balancing act from the coaching staff. The chemistry of this team was intense, but it reached a whole new level of proportions when they finally got that revenge series against the Miami Heat, where they were plus 70 in that series, the best in NBA Finals history. What a squad, what a team, what a time. Coming in at number 4 is the 2014-2015 Golden State Warriors. Okay, so I know what you're probably thinking. How did you rank them above the squads that followed? And simply because they were the originals, dominating their competition in every way possible without the addition of Kevin Durant. And that was not only impressive, but it was special to see. This was arguably Klay Thompson's best season. I mean, do you remember his 37-point quarter against the Kings? It was also Andrew Bogut's best season, and how can anybody forget that this was Steph Curry's first MVP campaign? This was also the year we were introduced to the death lineup, and when Curry, Thompson, Green, Barnes, and Iggy shared the floor, Golden State was unstoppable. Now, this squad often gets overlooked because a lot of the teams that they faced during their playoff run were plagued with injuries. But this was Steve Kerr's first time at the helms of Golden State, and it was an impressive one. And obviously, something that would continue for years to come. Kicking off my top 3, it's the 2000-2001 Los Angeles Lakers, aka the three-peat Lakers. This team is special to me for so many different reasons. I mean, for starters, the young legend in the making, Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal in his prime, the addition of the Jedi Master himself, Phil Jackson. I mean, this was a team, a trio that dreams were made of. While Shaq was the main contributor on this squad, easily averaging double-doubles with 30 points and 15 rebounds a game, watching Kobe Bryant emerge as a scoring threat was so damn special. This is the same squad that would go on to face 2 of my favorite players, first in the Western Conference Finals against the Spurs with a young Tim Duncan and the Admiral himself, David Robinson. But those NBA Finals, Kobe, Iverson, just special. Not to mention, it was the series that gave us the infamous Ty Lue stepover. I have chills, literally. Can you see them from here? I have chills thinking about it. Listen, this Lakers team should be in anybody's top 5 on sheer postseason dominance alone. The type of dominance that, in my opinion, I've only seen twice since. I mean, this team was fierce. Sitting at number 2, it's the 2000-2001 Philadelphia 76ers. Listen, there are Allen Iverson fans, and then there are Allen Iverson fans. I'm the second one. And it still bothers me to this day that he never won a championship, but man, was he so cool to watch on and off the court. Iverson was the league MVP that year and helped lead the 76ers to a 56-win season, top seed in the Eastern Conference, all while averaging 31 points a game. To put that into perspective, the second highest scorer on that team was Theo Ratliff, who averaged 12.5 points a game. So yeah, Iverson was that team. The 76ers had defensive swag too, though. They held teams to 90 points per game that season, 5th in the NBA. On their journey to face off against the Lakers in the finals, Iverson would face off against the Vince Carter in the second round of the playoffs in a series that would go 7. And one of my personal favorites, I mean, both guys put on a show. Although the 76ers would go on to lose in 5 games against LA, and Iverson would never return to an NBA Finals, which is just heartbreaking to this day, he solidified why he should be in anybody's top 10 players list of all time. We have finally reached the top of my list, and sitting at number 1, it's a 2012-2013 New York Knicks. Okay, so look, this team never won a championship or went to the NBA Finals, and yes, this is somewhat of a biased pick because I am a Knicks fan, so sue me, it's my list. This team was a special time for us Knicks fans because we had a squad. A random one, a bunch of random players that happened to work together, but it worked. We had a team. We had swagger. Carmelo Anthony, Tyson Chandler, J.R. Smith, Jason Kidd, and Amari Stoudemire, who we had landed in free agency in the summer of 2010. I mean, this Knicks team was cool. It was peak New York Knicks basketball. And more importantly, we had wins. A 54-win season at that. Melo was the league scoring champion. J.R. Smith was 6th man of the year. We finished 3rd in the Eastern Conference, beat the Celtics 4-2 in the first round of the playoffs. I mean, it was a level of success Knicks fans hadn't seen in a very long time. Unfortunately, this was the last season my Knicks would see that level of success or even come close to making the playoffs. But I have faith in the future. And until then, I hold on to these memories very fondly. So there you have it, my top 5 NBA teams ever. Let me know what your top 5 is looking like, and make sure you check out my next video because it's all about my top 5 players ever. What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for checking out this episode of All In with Ashley Nicole. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of the new episodes. And while you're at it, check me out on social media and hit that follow because I post some pretty cool things on there that you won't see on YouTube.